it's not like you're the first man I've ever been with.
Right, I haven't. What did you just say about the other men?
Almost 40 years ago, Coming to America broke the box office, grossing over $288 million worldwide. It was more than just a comedy. It was a cultural event, a story about love, humility, and the search for something real in a material world. 30 years later, the sequel, Coming to America, arrived. Not in theaters, but straight to streaming. People watched. The numbers weren't the problem. The problem was what the movie became. Because somewhere between the Palace of Zamunda and the bright lights of Hollywood, the story traded its soul for a message. What was once about a prince finding his queen became about a kingdom bowing to the matriarch.
I'm going to die now.
Come now, Father. Everything is going to...
Akeem's father's death at the beginning of the movie isn't just symbolic of the end of the patriarchy. It marks the death of the foundation that made this movie great. Sharp cultural wit. That wit has now been replaced by a cheaper form of humor, one better illustrated in this clip from Monsters, Inc.
Hey, is this thing on? Hello, testing. But I love sports. Dodgeball was the best. Oh yeah, I was the fastest one out there. Of course, I was the ball, but I was the ball. See, all right.
The sequel leans into this clownish style of comedy, dumbing down its male characters to elevate the women. The result? A movie that looked royal on the outside, but felt hollow on the inside. And more importantly, it revealed why certain modern portrayals of women, especially black women, come across as unattractive to men. In this breakdown, we're going to explore how that happened and why, instead of coming to America to find a queen, more men are now leaving it to do so. A huge shout out to the Patreon gang for requesting the breakdown of the sequel. Your support means everything. Salute! Quick note, to give you the best experience without copyright interruptions, our full uncut content is available on Patreon. So if you enjoy our content and want the full experience, support us on Patreon. Patreon gang, salute! Spoiler alert! This video contains spoilers, so you've been warned.
Ain't that a man?
Okay. You have an illegitimate son. You wouldn't be the first king to have one.
That is true.
Besides, we hadn't even met yet.
Exactly. We hadn't met yet. It's not like I cheated on you. This happened before we even met.
And it's not like you're the first man I've ever been with.
Right, I haven't. What did you just say about the other men?
Lisa. Once the symbol of grace, warmth, and class, now reduced to a symbol of dominance and moral superiority. The exact point I made in the breakdown of the first film, that Akeem should never have pursued a woman who was already in a relationship, comes back full circle. Lisa throws it in his face, mocks him, reminds him she wasn't single when they met, and reclaims power in every argument. Now, the problem isn't that Lisa is upset. She's been upset with Akeem before.
So why did you lie to me then? Why didn't you just tell me you were Prince?
Because I wanted you to love me for who I am.
What made this scene so powerful was that it went 3 minutes without a single joke, no sarcasm, no smart talk, just raw emotion. Lisa was genuinely hurt, but she stayed composed. She wasn't trying to be funny or one-up Akeem for the sake of girl power. She maintained her grace and class, even in conflict. That's gone in the sequel, replaced by rebellion and clownery.
Let's go get drunk.
What?
Yes, girl. Me and you about to turn it up.
Doing cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you used to.
Is this your queen? This isn't funny, and it's definitely not attractive. A queen doesn't make a fool of herself in public. Why? Because respect and dignity are her crown. And to make it worse, she's doing this with the same woman who got Akeem intoxicated and ended up pregnant by him. In other words, quality women don't hang out with low-quality women. This is about class. LQWs can't be queens.
I get it.
You're the king. Well, I'll tell you what. There are a lot of other beds in this castle.
I suggest you find another one.
Lisa's transformation mirrors the modern cultural shift from supportive femininity to competitive equality. And just like that, The love story that defined the original film is rewritten into a power struggle. Now, I want you to really pay attention to this next part. You're about to see the difference between the new queen-to-be and the old one, and it's night and day.
A queen to be forever, a vision of perfection.
So I need 3 positions in a one-night stand. Baby, here I am.
In the same, we can continue outside, lady.
They say pictures speak louder than words. The queen-to-be from the first film embodied class, purity, and composure. The queen-to-be from the sequel leads with sex, attitude, and city girl energy, despite being from Zamunda, the foolishness. Leading with sex leads to casual sex, not marriage. No father would ever raise his daughter that way, which is why the father either has to be absent or turned into a buffoon. Lisa lost her glow, but you can't have a disrespectful woman without a man who allows it. So the question is, what does the feminization of manhood look like?
Ma! Oh, hey, look, I'm freaking out right now because these 3 girls, they're in my room right now and they just offered to bathe me.
Okay, baby, first of all, calm down, okay? You know we in another country, and you know they have different traditions and customs, the way that they do stuff. You need to roll with it. This is a princely thing. They bathe you, okay? Yeah. So be a prince. Be a prince. Now you go enjoy that bath.
All right, Ma, thank you.
Go get washed. Look here, boy, look here. Pay attention. You know this song. You go put some purple on that. Oh, do it for our country.
Walk your own path. Be not the prince of Zamunda. Be the prince from Queens.
Perhaps the test has nothing to do with bravery. The tests are also a challenge of the mind.
Lavelle represents the new man, raised by women, approved by women, and dependent on women. He's not evil, just lost. Every key decision in his life, moral, emotional, or practical, comes from a woman. He's the modern male archetype, a boy seeking permission to be a man, even though he's 30 years old. But even when he wins, it isn't his victory. It's handed to him through female validation. The message? Manhood isn't something you earn, it's something women grant you. And that's not only disrespectful, it's deeply unattractive. You see this same pattern play out online every day, especially when Black women respond to men traveling overseas to date foreign women.
Coming out here to Colombia, I seen you. I seen you. Like they be looking like straight Fat Albert and Freddy Krueger mixed together, and they be having this supermodel looking Thai girl. I be like, girl, ain't that much money in the world.
What y'all be doing out here? And you need to be ashamed of yourself. You need to be...
Honestly, passport bros is the scariest thing I've ever heard of. Putting a woman in a financial position where she can't leave, go nowhere, has kids with you is very scary, period.
I tell y'all, I be seeing my brothers out here getting themselves some of these Thai girls, honey. Well, they all out here getting the Thai girls. But you can tell it's lopsided. And what I mean by lopsided, you could tell those girls be too pretty for the men that they be with.
Just be nice. I'm finding it.
Well, I think that, you know, like they go there because they can't really handle us here, you know. Okay. Because we have a lot of, like, I feel like they can't take the feminism and the fact that we actually speak up for ourselves.
And we back over here in the United States can't find a good Black man because he over here in South America living la vida loca.
Tell you something, you gonna miss us, okay? If you used to date Black women and you stopped dating Black women, there's a bunch of beautiful women out there with beautiful personalities. But if you stop dating us, when you see us, when they see us, you gonna miss us.
No, they won't. Because once a man experiences femininity, softness, and peace, there's no going back to combat. One of the women in those clips said it perfectly.
Okay. Because we have a lot of, like, I feel like they can't take the feminism.
Exactly. Because what feminism has evolved into today isn't about equality or competence. It's about control. It's about ensuring that men stay handicapped, praising women for traits that don't actually serve men or families.
Is there a goal you have? Is there a business that you want to start?
Whatever business you like to start.
You're a freaking prince, Lavelle. And you're asking your queen-to-be what kind of business she wants to start? This isn't empowerment. This is programming. Feminism has turned women into loyal employees, wives to their bosses, who funnel their income right back into the system that sold them independence. And notice what's missing: motherhood, legacy, devotion, the things that once made Lisa magnetic in the first film.
I'll take care of you. I'll get you anything you want. What can I get you?
Nothing.
I'll get you some coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
See, Lisa's charm came from complimenting Akeem, not competing with him. She didn't need to prove her value through ambition. Her value was her alignment. But in the sequel, that alignment is gone. There's no polarity, no masculine/feminine charge, because Lavelle has been feminized. And when the man loses his polarity, the woman loses her shine. No balance, no chemistry. And this is exactly why the system can't afford strong men, because strong men mean discipline, accountability, and order. They mean boundaries, and boundaries disrupt profit. So what does the process of creating a weak man look like? Let's find out.
Would you dare banish me from my own bedroom? Are you a fool?
Do you see me hopping on one leg and barking like a dog?
In movies, power always has a look, competence has a sound, dominance has a posture. That's why film is one of the best ways to decode how culture is changing. Now look closely at Coming to America. Mika, Akeem's daughter, is almost always framed above Lavelle in their scenes together. Lisa wears her crown in nearly every conversation with Akeem, while he's standing there without his. And Lavelle's mom, played by Leslie Jones. The loud, brash archetype needs no explanation. This is not accidental. It is a deliberate visual doctrine. And here is the core thesis of that doctrine.
What happened to you, Akeem? You were supposed to change things. You were supposed to bring this kingdom to the 21st century, but instead, you push our daughter aside, someone who has dedicated her life to this country. And because she's a woman, she can't be your heir?
I cannot ignore hundreds of years of tradition. I am the ruler of this land. I must be strong.
There it is. The movie wants us to see that line as unfair, but what it actually touches on is something deeper, something real. It's not about who's better or worse. It's about the truth that men and women aren't built the same. For thousands of years, strength and protection came from men. That's not sexism, that's history. But because that truth clashes with the modern script, Hollywood must engage in a massive suspension of disbelief. So much effort is poured into making a female character look competent to lead that the manipulation becomes blatant. And the result looks foolish. The foolishness. For some reason, all these modern African kingdom films, Black Panther, The Woman King, and now Coming to America, feature women effortlessly beating elite male soldiers. Do you notice the pattern? Of course, the next ruler of Zamunda isn't a wise prince. It's his daughter. She defeats trained warriors in combat, embodies a stoicism the men lack, and ascends to the throne. It's a visual sermon. Women don't need men to lead, but here's the fatal flaw. This progress is a fantasy. It's built on a lie. Most women are not training to fight generals or command armies. Hollywood is selling the spectacular exception as the new standard, and real-world relationships are collapsing under the weight of these unrealistic expectations. And to take it a step further, the very idea of a woman fighting a man is not only extremely unattractive to the male instinct, but is also catastrophically dangerous. When a man decides to stop holding back, it's like a parent playing with a child. The adult was never really trying. The raw power difference is just a fact of life. We don't have to guess. Just look at what happened to Rihanna.
Hey, Prinzo. My fellow player. Hey!
And that's what people miss. These images of weak, clownish men aren't harmless. They reprogram how people think relationships are supposed to look. There's no world where the Akeem from the first film, the man who left his kingdom to find his queen, would be getting kicked out of his own bedroom by her. That's not romance. That's humiliation dressed up as empowerment. This isn't about hating women. It's about calling out how far the balance has swung. Because when men see their role reduced to props and punchlines, eventually they stop playing the part. And when enough men walk off stage, the whole play falls apart. The first Coming to America showed love through humility. The sequel showed love through dominance and lost its soul in the process. It wasn't made to entertain. It was made to re-educate. But here's the truth. Black women weren't always seen as unattractive. In the original film, Lisa's beauty wasn't just her looks. It was her femininity, her warmth, her ability to follow a man's lead without losing her dignity. Now that's gone. Softness has been traded for pride. Grace replaced with attitude. Charm replaced with challenge. And when the energy shifts, so does attraction. Men don't move toward hardness. They move toward peace. Hollywood keeps saying women can be the king. But what happens when every woman wants to be the king and no one wants to be the queen? That's the real reason so many men are walking away. Not because they hate women, but because there's no femininity left to love. Power without softness isn't beauty, it's burden. And the most powerful woman in any room is still the one who knows how to be soft.
Patreon gang, salute. Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.